Right now at 6, changes are coming for CAT bus riders in Charlottesville and Albemarle County. We will show you how the routes will help get people around to a new shopping center this fall. Plus, some daredevils drop from the top of a building in Charlottesville. Find out why they're going over the edge to support a good cause. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Matt Talhelm. Your news at 6 starts now.
Live in high definition from the area's most experienced news team. This is NBC 29 HD News at 6.
This is the entry into and out of the courthouse.
First tonight, Augusta County opens the doors to its historic courthouse this weekend to give voters a look at inside before they decide whether to keep the court in Stanton or move out to Verona. The county offered the first of 3 tours today to give people that up-close look at the current state of the courthouse in downtown Stanton. Voters will help make the choice whether to move the complex to Verona when they head to the polls in November. NBC 29's Spencer Burke is live in the newsroom now with tonight's top story details.
Good evening, Matt. Well, the county has reached a breaking point. It's told something needs to be done to keep up with the changes in the criminal justice system. Augusta County is taking people on tours of the historic courthouse in Stanton before they decide its future in a November referendum. Changing the location of the courthouse complex is a move Augusta County has been looking to make since 1996.
The parking is atrocious. Our folks all have to walk some distance, up hills or down hills. They have to pay their big fines. Supervisor
Tracy Piles says the Augusta County Circuit Court building has its own problems. It's more than 100 years old.
It has security issues, it has space issues, it has accommodation issues. There's only one bathroom for handicaps on the first, handicapped folks on the bottom floor. People have this feeling about the grandeur of the building and that it's a good place to work.
The building has been a centerpiece of downtown Stanton.
I understand the sentimentality of it. My job is to weigh sentimentality, historical needs with financial stress, with other needs.
The county says relocating the complex to Verona would cost at most $45 million. Opponents of the move say renovation would cost much less.
This building, this historic courthouse, can be renovated for $10 million. That's the county's own study. All of the issues they bring up are really small issues that can be dealt with.
Still, safety and security remain problems.
We had 16 arrests in this building so far this year by people coming in, being disruptive. We need to have a place where we prevent the bad actors from getting in.
The county has set aside land at the government center in Verona. It's just a parking lot, an empty parking lot right now. The public is invited to tour the Stanton Courthouse again on September 24th and October 22nd.
Interesting debate there. Spencer Burke in our Charlottesville newsroom tonight. Thank you, Spencer. In Decision 2016, Republican vice presidential candidate Mike Pence is campaigning across the Commonwealth. The Indiana governor attended the Virginia State GOP committee meeting this morning in Richmond. Donald Trump's running mate spoke about the importance of a Republican victory in November. Pence also stopped by Millie's Diner in the capital city to introduce himself to voters before heading up to a rally in Loudoun County this afternoon. Also at that meeting, the GOP State Central Committee decided to hold a primary in 2017 to nominate the party's candidates for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general. The Republican Party hasn't held a statewide primary since 2005. Chairman John Whitbeck says the primary will allow Republican candidates to expand the party's outreach as they campaign across the Commonwealth. Hillary Clinton has received her first national security briefing as the Democratic presidential nominee. Clinton's motorcade pulled into an FBI facility this morning in White Plains, New York. As former Secretary of State, she routinely attended these briefings. Donald Trump had his first top secret briefing earlier this month. Presidential nominees are given classified briefings so they have a better understanding of the threats from around the world. The federal government will make a nearly $2.5 billion loan to Amtrak for some upgrades along the Northeast Corridor. Amtrak plans to buy new trains, upgrade tracks, and make platform improvements, including at Washington's Union Station. The loan will also allow Amtrak to boost seating by about 40% on high-speed Acela trains between Washington and Boston. The Transportation Department says this is the largest single loan in its history. Charlottesville Area Transit, or CAT, leaders are preparing riders for some changes coming soon to bus routes in the city and Albemarle County. NBC 29's Madison Carter was at a public information session today about all that. She's here with the new details. Good evening, Madison.
Good evening, Matt. Things are going to look a little different for bus riders in Charlottesville starting this fall, but CAT says the changes are all for the better.
The highlight of this will be the addition of Route 2. That is the new service to 5th Street Station.
Changes due to development in Charlottesville and Albemarle County mean changes to the public transportation system.
We will also be changing Route 7 on Sunday. We'll be also renaming it to Route 12. And the reason for that is it's going to do something different now from what it does.
That route will now give riders access to shopping areas further north on Route 29.
It will go from 3 buses to 2 buses an hour, but it will be going all the way to Sam's Club.
Another big change will provide access from downtown to 5th Street Station. That's being built off Avon Street.
I'm sure people will be pleased by that and pleased to be able to gain access to the employment opportunities at 5th Street Station and the shopping opportunities at 5th Street Station.
Saturday's meeting included representatives from the CAT Advisory Board to spread the word about how riders can provide their input.
I know we're having some changes to the bus system, and I wanted to make sure that people know that there's an avenue to comment about any changes either before or after they happen.
CAT expects the changes will take effect through a smooth transition.
I don't anticipate there'll be a lot of confusion. We plan to market it very well. The rest of the changes that we're going to make on October 1st are just simply time point smoothing, minor time point changes to Route 10, and then everything else will run pretty much as it does right now.
The route changes will go into effect October 1st. Live in the studio, I'm Madison Carter, NBC 29 HD News at 6.
Thank you, Madison. 2 Charlottesville businesses teamed up today to help children better understand biology. The Virginia Discovery Museum partnered with Open Bio Labs to hold the Building with Biology event. Dozens of kids came to learn what exactly biology is all about. The day was about making science more accessible and relatable to children.
Purpose is twofold: to educate people within synthetic biology, which is the new science that's emerging, and then to empower them to actually take that and move forward with it and develop projects and develop impactful research and potentially companies.
Synthetic biology applies engineering principles to biology. Scientists describe it as being able to make biology instead of just studying it. Today, people walking past the Omni Hotel in downtown Charlottesville only had to look up to see something unusual. People dropping themselves over the side of the building. It was all safe. It was all for a good cause. The Virginia Skyline Girl Scouts held their annual Over the Edge fundraiser. People could rappel or edge down the side of the building to raise money. The Girl Scout Council's CEO says she did it to set an example.
My main reason is because I am the CEO of the council, and we're doing this for a fundraiser, and I want to be part of that. And I want to show girls that we have courage and that we have confidence and that we're going to go far.
The event ran all day. The goal for today was to raise $50,000 for leadership initiatives within the Girl Scouts Council. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's just a bunch of superheroes zooming through the streets of Stanton. We will show you. Plus, flash flooding puts neighborhoods underwater around Kansas City.
And we're looking at a pretty nice Sunday, folks. A lot of sunshine, temperatures even a little bit cooler. The humidity drops off more so as well. We'll look at some low chances for rain for the upcoming week and some very refreshing air by the end of next week. That's 7 days ahead.
And the Stewart's Draft football team gets ready to start its season. We will have a preview of the Cougars a little later in sports.